Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Morning Wood. Sorry we're running late. It's all Luna's fault.
What?
I sent her the link on time. I forgot to send Luna the link. And I thought I sent Luna the link, but I didn't. So I was sitting here cussing that she was late, and it was my fault. I didn't send her the link. So bad on Pimpmunk, I guess, huh? Fuck it. I don't care. Anyways, do I have announcements? Yes, tomorrow there will not be a show. No show tomorrow. I've got shit I got to do tomorrow. I can't do it. So no show tomorrow. Also, but Thursday there will be a show. We're going to have Captain Kirish and we're going to have Fire Ronan. Two pretty good guests. And Friday, we'll do the Friday thing as always. And I guess that's, no. At the end of the show, ask questions. As always, tip, Patreons. But we do have an announcement I'll talk about now, and I'll talk about at the end of the show. We have a t-shirt raffle thing going on, a personalized t-shirt. It's $1 an entry. It'll say whatever you want it to say. I was it could be something like Pimpmunk Loves, your username or whatever your name. It can be or whatever, we'll personalize the t-shirt just for you. It's $1 entry. If you want you can many entries as you want. Many entries as you want. Right now, we have a few people. We've got Gage with 3 entries, Tater Dave with 1 entry, and the Liechtenstein guy with 25 entries. So he's got 25. Yeah. He said he didn't care if he won the shirt or not, but he said money, but I put him in as the entries. So yeah. He's got 25 entries, so as many entries as you want. And so here we go. Today we're going to be talking about movies, films, your 5 best, your 5 favorite, or your 5 worst. It's that simple. 5 and 5. 5 best, 5 worst. But we'll talk about why you like it, why you don't like it, stuff like that. We'll go through the best. We'll go through the best first, and then we'll go through the worst. And we might end up talking about sex with goats. You know how the Morning Wood is. I don't know.
Yes, you do.
We might as well go ahead and start talking about sex with goats. So how's your love life, Red Eye? No, I'm joking.
Wow.
Yeah. So, piss me off. Red Eye's already made me mad this morning. Let me tell y'all something. People like Raisin and Luna and them always tell me I need to wear more colors, more than black. I need to wear more stuff than black because I wear black all the time. So I go and put on my pretty little blue shirt this morning. Feel good about it. Red Eye makes fun of me. Sound like a Smurf.
First thing I did too, wasn't it? As soon as I come in the room, I basically went, "Holy fucking shit! What are you wearing? You look like a Smurf."
Jerk.
See?
I'm
Now
such a dick.
Now I'm thinking about putting on my black shirt.
The only way it could look nicer is if it were a polo.
Yeah. Well, fuck all that.
For a
Anyways.
polo when we went out.
Yeah, I used to wear polos all the time back then. At one point in my life, that's all you see me wear was polos. But
you wear the shit I like, them polos and them hoodies. That's what it's all about.
But now I'm t-shirting it up. Anyways, let me introduce y'all. By the way, Frank couldn't make it. He's got some legal issues going on. He's a prisoner now. Somebody stole I don't want to get into it. Somebody stole some ID from other family. A bunch of bullshit. So he couldn't make it, but he'll be back. We're joined by the lovely, beautiful Raisin Girl. How you doing?
Hello. I'll be camera on in a little bit. Give me a second.
She'll be cameraing in a minute. And we got the beautiful, sexy, urban goddess. I don't know. Luna!
I thought you were
Luna.
gonna be red. I was like,
How's your butt, Luna?
I hate spiders.
She got bit on the ass this morning by a spider.
Oh no!
Well, as Lord Magog would say, ass rape.
And of course, you heard the Aussie man speak. It's my always buddy Red Eye. What's happening?
Good morning, boss. How you doing? And by the way, that shirt is very, very bright and
Lovely.
yes,
Yeah.
it's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
I love it.
I got the lurch mode. I win.
So how this is gonna go? We're gonna go through the 5 first, right? But we're not gonna go like, well, this is my list. We're gonna go pick one at a time. You do, I'll do, or one of us do one, the other one do one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it doesn't have to be like ranking. It doesn't have to be, well, my number one film. It could just be 5 of your top films. It don't have to be, well, this is the best one to, best to bottom, or just 5 movies. It's no ranking system to it. So I'm going to go ahead and just start it off with mine, or with my favorite films. My first one is Scarface. It's one of, yes, of course. That's one of my most favorite movies of all time. I watched it when I was a look here, the first time I seen it. And it was just, I remember watching it. It came to VHS, 2 tapes, had to have 2 tapes for some reason. I don't know why, but it was awesome. It's so good. It's such a good gangster movie. It's not, it's kind of an original, but not an original. It was a remake of a 1930s film, Scarface. But the original was about an Italian guy. This is about a Cuban, of course. Everybody knows Scarface, Tony Montana. It's an epic film. And honestly, a lot of people don't know this, but it wasn't a box office blast. It didn't get popular till later on. It's a great film. Anybody else got a thought on it?
I personally like the film. I just thought it was just a good sort of story of the rise and fall of Tony Montana and how brutal the fucking drug industry can be.
Yeah,
the scene where they basically, the scene takes him in the bathroom. You hear it, but you don't see it. That's actually the most chilling fucking scene. It was like the fact that you don't even see it, but you sort of hear it. It's just like, and that just, to me, that's the perfect thing to do, because your
blood
brain
sprays on his face. Yeah.
But your mind's creating the scene too. It's just like, that's
oh yeah, that's what's great about it. About it. And then it's just that's a great scene, because the blood's spraying on his face and they're holding him, and it's a very violent movie. The ending scene is, it's not a spoiler. Fuck, the movie's 30-something years old. The movie, the end where he dies, it's like, it's an epic death scene.
Yeah, and then it was a perfect actor. The casting was really good.
Oh yeah, Al Pacino is one of the greatest actors of our time. Just amazing. Al Pacino will be back on my list too. So, anyways, I love this movie. I just love this movie. It's there's sexiness.
You want to hate me? I'll be less sexy in a second. I've never seen Scarface.
Oh, you're very less sexy now. I actually kind of hate you right now. How can you not have seen Scarface?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Damn. Anyways, God damn it, Racy. This upsets me highly.
I'm the ruiner of worlds.
You got to watch it now. You have to watch it now.
Yeah, we have to kidnap her. And,
next time we actually hang out, we'll watch it. That's what we'll do in the middle of the night.
All right, we'll do it, and then we'll fuck. Let me know. So okay, Luna, give me your first movie. Your first of your favorite movies.
Okay.
Or top 5 movies.
Oh shit, you're gonna hate me too, because I picked more than 5.
Well, we're only gonna do 5.
Because I don't follow directions very well.
This my show, my rules. 5-5. That's the way it is.
Damn it.
So you only pick 5.
Okay,
pick
I'll
5
pick
of the
my
150
first
B.
Fuck. Battle Royale.
Okay, talk about it.
Fuck. Have you seen it? You haven't seen it, right?
Yes, I think I have. You got to refresh me because I've seen so many things and I got a bad memory.
You know, we're basically these students fucking like
Is that Kurosawa?
No, it's oh, fuck the T. Shit. It's another director. It's not Kurosawa, but he's on my list too. Basically, they end up having to like they're on this island, I guess, right? And the school, I remember I saw this years ago. Anyway, but they have to survive.
Oh yeah, the kids.
Yeah. Yes.
On the island. Yeah.
Right. They have to survive.
I know the movie. Yeah, it's a decent movie.
And I forgot his name. The guy, the director, his name starts with a T. Fuck it. Now I got to figure it out. Well, shit. Damn it.
It's okay. You don't have to know everything about it. It's okay.
Oh, but I paired it with another movie that I liked. Like Slash.
That's all right.
Okay.
Don't talk about the other movie. You get 5 movies, Linda. You better be tread softly. So yeah, I have seen it. It's been a long time since I've seen it. A very long time. Like I was a kid when I seen it. So I don't remember a lot about it, but it's a very good movie.
It was. And I'm like, what if I were in that situation? What if we all were in that situation and we had,
Yeah. I think I'm thinking about the same movie you are. I may not be. A bunch of kids, right? On the island.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait. I'm with Galen. Are you talking about Lord of the Flies or the movie she's talking about?
I don't know. They had a plane crash on the island, a bunch of kids fighting each other.
No.
Was there a point in Piggy that they dropped a rock on?
Yeah.
That's Lord of the Flies.
That's Lord of the Flies.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I didn't want. I don't know what the fuck she's talking. Then I have no fucking clue what she's talking about.
Ah, shit. Can I pick another movie then? Because you don't know.
No, that's one of your favorites. We don't have to know what it is. That's one of your favorites. That's okay. So no, that's fine. That's fine. Raisin Girl, give me one of yours. Pimp would kill us and eat us. Okay, because I'm fat, right? All right.
Silence of the Lambs is probably my top movie of all time.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
I mean, beyond it being a great movie, like it's it's also a movie that when I was in school we covered and studied, like down to the fact that even the way Anthony Hopkins blinked his eyes for that movie, he was so in character. Like when he had to blink, the one scene where he blinks slow and stares. Excellently executed. I love Jodie Foster's role in it. That shit made me want to be a profiler.
It made me want to be a serial killer.
with that too, but I wanted to meet them, so I decided I at that age I was like, I want to be a profiler so I can meet serial
with fava beans and a nice Chianti. That's the first time. I remember I was a kid. I watched that, and I was like, "What the fuck is a Chianti?" I didn't know. But yeah, that's a good movie. Great movie. Everybody seen it on the panel?
Yeah, I see it. That is a wonderful movie. I love it.
I think Red's be right back. So,
no, I'm here.
Have you seen it, Red? Silence of the Lamb?
Yeah, many moons ago. Not bad.
We're not talking about what you used to do to those poor little lambs. It's a great movie. It is a great movie. I agree. Great, fucking phenomenal movie. And at the end of the show, I'm gonna read some of Galen's list that he sent me of 128,000 movies. Nah, I was joking. Bretta, your first favorite.
Right. I've got very strange taste in movies, so mine jump all over the place.
That's
but
fine.
the first one I want to mention is it's a movie from Japan, and it's actually comes in 3 parts, and it's called 20th Century Boys, and it's just a story about a group of kids that grow up in this little town in someone's phone's ringing. Yay. So these kids are growing up in a little town, and they write their own little doomsday story when they're kids, and write a little book, and it's like the what is it? I forget what it's, the Book of Prophecies or something. But years and years later, they're young adults now, and one of them notices that the shit that they wrote in the book is actually starting to happen. And and shit just gets really weird, and it brings about it basically ends up with end time prophecies, fucking all this weird shit. But it's not religious. This people, they bring it all about, like spread a disease and kill off a lot of humanity. And it ends up by the 3rd part, there's a guy running the world government, and they have to sort of basically face off with him. And it turns out that he's one of the childhood friends. But the whole twist, there's a really serious twist in it that they couldn't fucking remember the kid because everyone basically ostracized him. So no one could remember what he looked like, and it was really
interesting.
Cool.
I've never seen it, and I'm gonna remember these because I want to watch the ones I haven't seen, because that's how you know how I find great movies, great art. So I'm definitely gonna watch that. It's called what now? 20th Century Boys.
20th Century Boys. Now it's a Japanese movie. Subtitles. I have no problem with subtitles in movies.
Neither.
I don't. And I just saw it on SBO. I actually had to order the DVD from fucking Japan. It cost me a small fortune to get it. But I scored it because a friend of mine said, "You'll like this," and I watched it, and I just went, "I need to watch this once every 3 or 4 months." And I sit down and I watch the 3 movies just back to back and waste a day, and I fucking love it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
It's just it's a really good story, and it's told from start to finish, and it's one of those full stories that you get that sense of like satisfaction from enjoying it. It's like, fucking love it.
Anybody else seen it? Have you seen it, Raisin?
No, but I'm definitely gonna check that one out. That sounds awesome.
It does. It sounds freaking
that's
great.
right up my alley for sure.
It sounds awesome. It does. It's got a great. Oh, okay. Yeah, it sounds really good. My second one is Grapes of Wrath. That is it is, to me, one of the best fucking films of all time. It starred Henry Fonda. It's an old film. It came out I forget what year. 1939. No, 1940. The book came out in 1939. It's based off John Steinbeck's book in 1939. I've read the book, watched the movie. I actually watched the movie before I read the book. I watched the movie when I was a kid, and I just fell in love with it. It's John Ford directed it. John Ford, who's one of the best directors of all time. It's just so phenomenal. If you guys seen it?
I have not seen it.
Okay. It's It's like the movie starts off with like the main character hitchhiking because he just got out of prison, right? And he goes to his family's farm. They're real poor. God, it's been so long since I've seen it though. They have to go move. They have to move, and because they lose all their stuff, and they have to go. Well, grapes. They have to go start picking grapes, and it's about poor. It's about being poor. It's about, if you've ever been poor and you watch this film, you can relate like a motherfucker. It's so sad. I cried in the movie 2 or 3 times. I'll watch the movie today and I'll cry. Henry Fonda's performance in that movie is without a doubt one of the best performances I've ever seen an actor do. It's just so fucking good. So if you have not seen Grapes of Wrath, well, first of all, you're retarded. Second of all, no, I'm joking. Second of all, no, really, you do go get it.
No, I'll check that one out.
Have you seen it, Raisin? Oh my God.
There's a huge rock that I live under when it comes to like entertainment. Like I'm really I'm kind of like you in that I don't. Yeah. I generally just go off recommendations, so I don't see a lot of advertisements. I haven't watched a lot of stuff. I know when I was younger, I was out all the time because I just wanted to be out of my damn house. And as I got older, I just don't catch anything, so it has to be like friend recommendations.
Yeah. Well, somebody said read. I see somebody said read the book. Well, I have read the book. I just said that. I read the book. I actually watched the movie before I read the book. However, because I was a kid, and you ain't reading Grapes of Wrath as a fucking child. That's just something you don't do. I read it as an adult. The movie is good. I know most people say the book's always better. Yes.
I'm a movie behind you. Yes, I have seen Grapes of Wrath. I have Grapes of Wrath. I'm sorry. It's too early for this. I'm not done my coffee. So at least I didn't forget to send Luna the link.
So you have seen Grapes of Wrath?
Yes. I'm sorry.
These goddamn people.
What did we find this tonight's guest on derp.com or what?
Galen says I didn't know Chris is a tard.
Now you know, and the more you know, right?
Well, Grapes of Wrath is one of the greatest fucking things that's ever been made. It just really is, and it's directed by one of the greatest directors of all time. It's when people ask me, okay, even though that I may watch another movie more, people ask me like what's a good movie to watch? I always say Grapes of Wrath. I always recommend Grapes of Wrath every time because that movie touched me as a kid. Because as a kid, I had a poor family. I lived poor, and it's just if you've ever had to struggle, you can relate to this film. It's great. So you have seen it. You like it, right?
I have the DVD. Yeah.
Anyways, I think Luna is busy.
Yeah, she's dealing with car problems.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So we'll just skip over Luna. Go to Raisin for her next movie.
I guess I'll go with the one that's more the flavor of something that moved me the way your Grapes of Wrath did. But it's a little bit more like A Time to Kill. I don't know if you guys
read the book and watched the movie.
Yeah, excellent story. Excellent story. Something about that experience watching that movie lit a fire in me. There was like a passion to, I don't know, like a call to justice and right. Yeah. It just really, the story got me in such a way that was inspiring. So.
Oh, it's phenomenal. It's one of the very few movies that was made out of a John Grisham, because John Grisham had a lot of films made out of his books. It's one of the very few though that was actually a good movie.
Yeah.
Most of the movies made out of his books aren't so great. Some, they're popular, they're good. Some of them are good, but that one really was good. It was one of the first films you see Matthew McConaughey as a real actor.
Damn, he was good.
Yeah, Samuel Jackson's phenomenal. They all were good. The fucking, and the dudes that we can talk about it because the dudes that raped the little girl were so good as actors. They really made you hate them.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The only thing I will say, the book is so much. See the scene with with the little girl, bad, but see in the book it goes into details of what happens to the little girl, and it's quite disturbing.
And you get the psychology of it too, because you can't in a movie you don't really get what's going through the characters' minds.
Yeah, and Grisham is the type of writer that explains everything to a T anyway. He'll explain a glass, what the glass, everything, what it looks like and all that. So he explained the rape scene very graphically, and so if you read that book, be warned. But anyways, I like the movie. Galen says it's garbage, kiss his ass. So anyways, that's Galen for you. I love it. Have you seen the movie Red? A Time to Kill?
A Time to Kill.
Matthew McConaughey, Samuel Jackson.
Yeah, I think I have actually. Kind of, sort of. I'm not sure. I probably have. Just a while back, yeah. I don't remember a lot of movies because drugs, but yeah.
I understand. So Luna's busy. We're gonna skip Luna. Read out your next movie.
All right, next one. More sci-fi. This one was the latest Dredd movie that came out because they fucking nailed it. I've got a collection of several hundred 2000 AD comics. I was a huge Dredd fanatic, and they fucking nailed it. Sylvester Stallone nailed it for about a minute and a half until the helmet came off, and then it was all shit. But this Dredd movie, they nailed. Mega City 1, they nailed the way the judges act. They fucking nailed it. And Dredd did not take his helmet off. In the comics, you've never seen Dredd's face. You've seen Dredd's brother's face, Rico, and he was a clone of the same batch of clones that Dredd came from. But the whole movie, he just and I'll fucking forget what was his name. That the guy that played the actor that played Dredd. But he nailed it. He fucking Urban. He fucking nailed it. You just see from basically a bit of his nose and his mouth, and it's basically a smile turned upside down permanently. Is Judge Dredd just has this epic fucking scowl in the comics. It's like constantly pissed off, and he just no emotion. Even when he's getting half his guts are blowing out, he's just like patching himself up, and the dude's about to blow his fucking head off. Doesn't show any emotion. It's just Carl Urban. Thanks.
It's a good movie. He
fucking nailed the role perfectly.
Good movie. And I do like the part that did, like you said, they didn't take the helmet off, and that was an important part. The Stallone one was crap. I am the love.
Yeah, well, you see here's the big thing. Stallone helmet came off, and the other bit where he kissed Judge Hershey. You know what would have happened? Judge Dredd would have charged Judge Hershey with assaulting a judge and given her 6 months in the fucking ISO cubes. That's what Dredd would have done. But instead he like smooches. It's like, judges don't smooch, motherfucker. Piss off, Sly. They kill people. They judge people and they fucking kill people. That's what judges do. They don't smooch.
Yeah. It's a good movie. I liked it. Yeah. I did. I liked it a lot.
It was one of the best conversions from a comic. Mm-hmm. It's basically a direct translation. They fucking nailed it. It's like, and the end scene where she takes the big dive. There's this like the bad guy at the end gets thrown out a fucking window and falls 100-something stories. And you've seen the movie. They take that drug slow-mo, so everything slows down and it lasts for an eternity. And there's this beautiful, serene music and the tiny fragments of shattered glass, all like coloring up all the colors in the spectrum. And right at the end, you just see like the camera sit right where she's going to hit. You just see her head compress into the camera and her jaw start to squash, and then blood just goes. It's just like one of the most beautiful yet horrific scenes in a movie I've ever seen. It was like utter beauty and then utter horror right at the end. It's like, oh my God, her head just got squished. yeah, beautiful movie.
Yeah, it's all right. Well, my next one is I Am Sam. Yeah, it's my next one's I Am Sam. I don't know if you've ever seen I Am Sam, guys.
Yeah, I have.
Okay, I Am Sam is always when I did the top 5. I always, there's another movie that I always is this one or is it I Am Sam? Well, I picked I Am Sam today because I Am Sam is phenomenal. Sean Penn plays a retarded guy, basically. But he's a functional retarded guy. He's very functional. And he has a kid with another, and he's raising the kid, and of course, they want to take her away from him. The little girl, what's the girl's name that plays the little girl? I always forget her. Dakota Fanning, right?
Yeah.
It's Dakota Fanning when she's a little girl. That, oh my God, this movie's it was so heartbreaking. The movie ripped my heart out when I watched it. And Sean Penn put on one of the best performances I've ever seen. And his views outside in the real world, I don't get it. I disagree with a lot of what Sean Penn says, but that man could act in that, and he can act, and he showed it in that movie. It's one of the, and the little girl, man, she's a grown woman now, but as a little girl, she was so fucking good. And I'll never forget the scene where, she's at the foster home. She escapes from it, and they show her walking. She's little, she's tiny at the time, and she's walking with her in her pajamas with her little stuffed animal. and sneaks in his window and gets into bed with him because that's her daddy, that's her love, and it's a really great movie. Yeah. You guys have seen it. Have you seen it, Red?
No, that's another one I haven't seen. I'm a big sci-fi freak. So
yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Most of my movies are not going to have aliens or anything.
Oh yeah, I'm the first to admit when it comes to films, I'm a fucking weirdo. I really am.
Yeah, that's fine. Like what you like. I love this movie. It's very good. Okay, Luna, since you're back, give us one.
Okay.
I've never seen that. I've never seen it.
Okay. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Okay, seen it. Yep, read the book.
Yep, same. My favorite. I love it.
Oh, explain why you like it.
Oh my gosh! I mean, it's amazing. And I don't know what the actress's name is because I forgot.
We're not just throwing the fucking name out there and moving on. We got to give why we like it.
Do you see how many that are up here? I have like 30 up here, and I'm trying to figure out like where to
the girl with the dragon tattoo is what she said.
Yeah. That got me in the feels for other reasons.
Well, Galen said there's two versions. Which version do you like? There is two versions of it, actually.
There is? I only seen one.
No, there's another. There's one where they don't. I think they don't speak English in it.
I saw the one that didn't speak English.
You seen the one that don't speak English in it?
Yeah.
I seen the one where they speak English in it.
Mm-mm. Well, I mean, she did a little bit, but not really. It was just some.
Yeah, I didn't see the Swedish one.
Yeah, that's the one. That's my favorite.
I did not see that. I've seen the Hollywood version. So,
yeah, I saw the one with subtitles and shit. So that's the one I like.
Yeah. Okay.
I have so many I'm trying to look through.
Anybody else seen them?
No.
No. Raisin's not on her game today. She said, no.
Well, I said, well, not the will appease Galen.
I see. This is. I'd just like to say this is why doing your homework is actually a good benefit because I did my list fucking several hours ago and I'm sitting here looking at it going.
Mine
and I see other people.
I finished mine like just before the show, and I would have to say, to be fair, these are not my best movies of all time. They're more just ones that I thought of recently that I like.
See, my list has been changed about 15 times during the day, and
I'm changing it as we're talking.
Now my list is the ultimate list. It's like it cannot be refined to perfection anymore. This is like a fucking diamond of a list. This thing with so many facets that it boggles the mind.
You're supposed to do it like at 2 a.m, like I did. Like half awake.
Okay, so Red Eye, okay.
All right.
Red Eye, give me one.
My next one is actually not a sci-fi movie, and I'll see if anyone else knows this. The movie is called Blood In, Blood Out.
Yep.
And it's about LA gangs. And because I'm from Australia, it's a really long movie. And I like movies that tell fucking stories from start to finish. And it starts out when they're young, fucking basically hood rats.
Yep.
And it goes through how one of them becomes a cop, the other becomes basically the leader of the fucking
other one's a
Mexican. And there's a whole bunch of different things. And come on, your phone sex line's going off its tits. Come on, put it on mute. So so this story it really tells this story. You can follow the rise and one of them end up in jail, the other ends up fucking a cop, and he just from inside jail you see how he ends up fucking running everything and the politics of like inside the gangs and the political shit that went on between gang versus gang. The fucking politics between
and there's
the
a racial issue too because he's mixed white and Mexican.
Yep. So he's like he walks in both. He's got a sort of foot in both worlds, and it shows that just the fucking relationship between even the school. It has that scene where the school teacher fucking.
Yep.
He's just so fucking sick of the shit that he says, you want fucking volume. Click, click, bang. It's like, oh, what the fucking fuck.
Oh, it's
and
an
that
epic
movie. Yeah, that movie is just, you sit there for how many hours it goes just going, what the fuck. And right at the end, how they knock off the leader of the fucking black gang. And they show how they all did it and set it all up with all the way they'd send messages in like the. It's just like, Jesus fucking Christ. This movie's just had me in my seat the whole time just going, here's a really good reason never getting into a gang. This fucking movie, it's just like, what the fucking fuck? Like, everyone's betraying everyone just so they can get one more rung up the fucking ladder just to make $1.
Yeah.
It's just like, Jesus Christ.
It's a top-notch movie. I actually love the movie. It's a great movie. It'd definitely be in my top 10, top 15 for sure. Yeah, it's an amazing movie. I really enjoyed it a lot. Have you seen it, Raisin?
No, I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
Yeah, it's one of those movies. I've watched it 3 or 4 times in my lifetime, and I can watch it every couple of years or so, and I will watch it and I'll notice another scene or something. Mm-hmm. It's like things like some of the graffiti in the background of some of the scenes is fucking majestic as fuck because they film it in LA. It's like, yep. This shit's they show the LA. They do scenes in the LA River and shit. It's like I actually learned that's the LA River, that big concrete clusterfuck where they find all the bodies and shopping trolleys. Yeah. That's the LA River. It's like, what did you do to your river? Oh, we just concreted it. It's just like, okay.
Yeah, wow. It's a really decent movie. I enjoyed it.
It is. It shines a big light on that time in history on the LA gang violence, and that was the sort of around the time where to get initiated in some of these gangs was
those locals for life.
Yeah, well, in the Bloods and the Crips, apparently one of the ways to get initiated was to do a drive-by and to shoot a fucking school teacher. Like, yeah, that's the shit you used to hear on the media. It's like, wow. And that whole era was just like frightening. There's Mac 10s and fucking like they were putting metal detectors in schools because kids were taking fucking Uzis to schools and just going and crazy shit.
Yeah.
You need to send me a copy of your list. I would definitely want to check out the movies you have on there.
It's a good movie. It's a good movie.
It's one of those movies where you'll just sit there and go, it's a snapshot of that era, and it's like, it's a pretty fucking accurate one, and they don't pull many punches because there's a lot of people getting stabbed, shot, ODing, and everything between. It's like, wow.
Yep.
Excellent movie.
Yep, sure. Raisin, your next movie.
As Good as It Gets is definitely one of my favorite. That is on the list because it's one of my favorite of all time. I mean,
that's Jack Nicholson. That's Jack Nicholson. What's her name?
I always want to call she's Helen Hunt.
Helen Hunt. Yep. And Greg Kinnear. And Greg Kinnear, right? Am I right? Greg Kinnear's in it.
Yeah. I love that movie. There are so many well-written lines in that just hit home. Like the title, where the title comes from, when he's walking through the office and he's just standing there and everybody's depressed and waiting to see the psychologist, and he's just like, what if this is as good as it gets?
Yeah.
And it just, that and the line that probably hit home the most was, and this is probably depressing, when he's talking and they stop the car and he's talking and he says, you're not mad because you've had it bad. You're mad because you look around and everybody else hasn't. Like, not everybody's had it like you. Like, it's good times and noodle salad for them, but we got this heap of shit. Yeah. Like, that hit home. Like, the first couple of times I saw that, I was like, it's true.
Yeah, it's a very decent movie. I like it a lot. Jack can act. It's just when he wants to.
And the dog hits you right in the feels.
Yeah.
The way it opens, like, I adore that movie. Absolutely adore that movie.
Come on. You seen it, Red?
No.
Yeah. No.
Another one where
let's go. Let's go. And if you haven't seen it, guys, like the people in the chat room and on the panel too, make sure you write these movies down. You might find something you like yourself. Or don't like, whatever. My next one, since Luna's left us, is okay. Now let me set this up first. It's everybody knows the movie, but it's actually a 1 and 2. But this movie, the sequel, is just a continuous of part 1, and I'm talking about Godfather. Godfather 1 and 2 is really, to me, one movie. It's because it's connected. So, and it's one of the greatest stories ever told on screen. It's just really one of the greatest stories ever told, and it's just phenomenal, dude. Most people know about Godfather, even if you haven't seen it. You know about Godfather. You know, make him an offer he can't refuse. You know. Yeah, you have to. I mean, honestly, Gary's like, of course, you have to put this film on your list, in my opinion, on one of your lists. But anyways, it's just such a good fucking movie. Michael Corleone, Al Pacino was amazing, of course. You know, earlier I said Al Pacino's gonna be back in. That's why Al Pacino's amazing. Robert De Niro in part 2. Which is continuing playing, you know, amazing. Robert Duvall is great. Every actor in the movie is fucking phenomenal. The story is just a great story. Now, we're not going to mention part 3 because part 3, no. There is no Godfather 3. It's only 1 and 2. And one, in my opinion, it's one movie. It's just so good. If you haven't seen Godfather, then you really do need to see it because it's one of the greatest films of our time, in my opinion. You guys have seen it, right? Or haven't?
Yes.
I didn't put any gangster movies on my list because I figured you'd well cover that without me.
That movie's just fucking, yeah. It's like, you want to learn about fucking La Cosa Nostra? You want to learn about the Gumbata? You want to see some Goomba action? You fucking watch Godfather. That's as simple as that. It's like, you want to see some Goombas fucking do some shit? Boom. Bada boom, bada bing.
Yeah, it's some good shit, dude. That's just, it's just a good movie. It's just great. Yeah. And, you know, you had to expect somebody to say it on their list. You had to. I mean, it's just because it's Godfather. Yeah, somebody was going to say it, and of course I said it because it's one of my top movies. It's just it. It's just it.
I've just spotted something. Galen's mentioned in the film, and it's not on my list, but I want to mention a scene, and it's Apocalypse Now, and it's a scene where Charlie Sheen loses his shit in that bedroom, like just freaks the fuck out. He's not acting in that scene. That was his birthday, and he was drunk. And he got horribly fucking depressed.
You mean Martin Sheen?
Yeah, sorry, Martin Sheen. Sorry, yeah. There's just so many of those fucking Sheens, and there's the Emilio Estevez that's thrown in the mix. It just gets so confusing after. Yeah, but he's done that scene. It was his birthday, and he's drunk legit, and he's just horribly depressed, and he started flipping out, and they've gone to go in and console him, and he's just gone, no, film this shit, film it, and that's why that scene, he's like legit. Fucking throwing, and Galen's, I didn't know he had a heart attack after that, but that scene is not acting. That is him. He's halfway around the world from his family. He's alone in a shitty hotel room drinking fucking booze, and he hits rock bottom, and they film it, and that's the scene, and that's why that scene is just like, I think it lends to the whole movie, and just after that point, it's the tipping point for the movie where it just gets really fucking dark. So, yeah, I just wanted to mention that scene because that is one of the best scenes. Because it's not actually acting, it's legit human despair being filmed.
I don't know. We got a low crowd today. I don't know why. I guess people don't like fucking movies. Fuck y'all. Anyways, we've been having better crowds lately. Anyways, moving on to the next of your movies, Raisin.
Oh, now I have quite the little list compiled, and I have to bring it down to 2. So I'm gonna go with Jaws. For the next one.
Go with what?
Jaws.
Jaws. Okay.
I love Jaws. Something about it was weird. Like when I was a kid, I loved the movie because I liked the thrill of the shark and the chase and like, oh yeah, like it was like a scary movie to me. But as I got older and had kids, like I really came to adore the scenes, like the dinner table scene where they're trying to show you like a deeper story, but just with a quick scene where they take the time to show the little kid mimicking his father after he's been having a fit.
Yeah.
Which to say, like, you know, this kid is picking up on everything you do, and the way he recognizes that, how that's acted, how the mother comes in and sees it, like, absolutely. I'm weird. I think a lot of my favorite movies I pick because of scenes that really hit. Mm-hmm. And of course, I love the scene where they're all on the, you know, out on the boat hunting the shark, and they're getting drunk and showing each other their scars and singing. And I don't know, that just does it for me. But the whole movie, the human story of the family and how they're dealing with that, and how he's got, you know what I mean, that Moby Dick kind of obsession with it. Like I enjoy that film for a lot of different reasons.
Good movie. Phenomenal movie. Yeah, great.
It's put a lot of people off going to the fucking beach. Yeah, really, it's actually
a great flight that they just lost the tag on, that's been along the Jersey shoreline again. So, and that's what that movie is based on, isn't it? A shark attack from Jersey.
Yeah. And you know what's really cool is that they didn't show the shark to the end, but it wasn't his like brilliance. It was because it was too expensive.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a great movie. Actually, I'm gonna give Red his chance in his movie. I just want to say, I just actually in my head changed my last movie on my favorite movies. I changed it in my head because I just have to. But anyways, Red, your next movie.
Well, let's see here. Back to the sci-fi, and this is actually based off a cartoon. Space Battleship Yamato. When I was a kid, it was about so basically it's planet Earth, and it's being attacked by this alien race, and they're just lobbing big meteors at us, and they're smashing into shit. And we get a message from that part of space, and gives us plans to build an engine and a weapon. And so they decide to build this thing in the skeletal remains of the battleship Yamato, which was sunk in World War II. And it was a magnificent battleship, but the Japanese kept it in until it was way too late, and then sent it out to basically face the entire American fleet when they were invading Japan, and it got its ass kicked and sunk. So it's set, the Earth's being irradiated, all life's going to be wiped out within 5 years, and we get this mysterious message. We build an engine, build the gun in the Yamato, and set sail, and come across these aliens, and it turns out that the big honking space gun that we get is very effective against them, and this engine lets us travel all the way to the home planet of these aliens, and it turns out half the aliens want to take over our planet, the other half want to fucking stop the other guys, and it's just this epic story. And the acting in it, the captain of the fucking boat is just this stoic old Japanese captain that is portrayed incredibly well. And it's just a typical Japanese story where the hero dies right at the fucking end, but it ensures the survival of the Earth. And he got a bit of nookie on the flight, so it turns out that his girlfriend lands on Earth. She's pregnant, so he has a son that gets to go and see where the Yamato took off from right at the end. And it's like, oh, but really good story. Hero dies at the end. Takes the aliens with him. Dies a hero's death. Just a good story, and it translated really well to real film. It's like they did a really good job. The Japanese production houses are making some incredibly fucking good movies these days with all the CGI.
Okay, I've never seen it, but it sounds good.
Yeah, it's what was it called? It was called Star. I think it was called Star Blazers in America. So if you remember, that was it. Yeah, Iskandar. They had to go to the. Yep, it was called Star Blazers in America and in Western nations, and it was Space Battleship Yamato.
Okay, I've never seen
very
it.
old.
Sounds good.
Yeah, very old cartoon. I watched it when I was like was watching it in the early 80s, late 70s.
Okay, cool. Okay, now my next film, I was gonna throw another one there, but I have to throw a comedy on there because, you know, and I think I think this is the greatest comedy film of all time, and it's The Jerk. It's The Jerk.
I've got to jump straight in here. That movie is fucking special. If you've never seen The Jerk, and Steve, that man is a fucking genius.
Yeah, fucking genius. Yes, I agree.
He is a fucking genius. Like,
yeah, this is my movie, motherfucker. Let me explain it, okay?
I'm just telling you how much I'm not gonna tell. I'm just telling you how much I fucking love that movie too. It's like, oh yes,
you gotta get your chance. I'm gonna let you talk about it too. All right. The Jerk is without a doubt one of the best comedy movies, or the best comedy movie in my opinion of all time. The scene where he discovers he's got rhythm, but it's the white man rhythm. It is fucking amazing, and it's just he's so fucking stupid, and he catches him. He stands outside of his house to hitchhike, and the truck pulls up. He said, "Where you heading?" You know, I'm just going. The truck does. The guy driving the truck said, "I'm just going to the end of the mailbox right here." Okay, and he jumps in the truck. It's just so fucking good. It's just so great. If you've never seen it, it's like, okay. He was raised by a black family, right? He's white, and he goes off and to discover his family. It's really good. And what's the actress that was his love, his wife? What's her name? I can't think of her fucking name. She's great. She was on Saturday Night Live, wasn't she?
I think so. Yeah, she's been in a bunch of stuff, and she is. All the cast were really good. The casting was spot. That's what made that movie so good. It's like they fucking nailed it with the casting. That's one of the biggest jobs you got to do in a movie. Is you don't get the right cast, they're not going to portray those characters right. And
the gas station owner. Oh my god, dude.
Every character. Yeah, it's just they nailed it.
It's phenomenal. Like I said, I honorable mention the film that I took off the list for it was Shawshank Redemption.
Thank you. I was hoping not to have to cover that. Like I tried to keep it more personal, like things that like not everybody would say. You know what I mean?
That was the one I actually put on the list, but I really felt like I should put my favorite comedy on there because, but honorable mention Shawshank Redemption. It's great, but the Jerk. Oh my god, dude! I'll watch it right now. You know, I've watched it like 1,000 times, I imagine. And also for full disclosure, Steve Martin is probably my favorite comedic actor.
Back then were so much better than they are now.
Comedies. But I mean, all of Steve Martin films I'm pretty much a fan of. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is one of my favorites. Three Amigos is fucking but the Jerk is just so fucking good.
He's in Dirty Rotten Scoundrels too, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another one.
He's in a bunch of them, man. What's the one? What's the one? He's a mobster. Blue something.
Wedding or there were so many blue things that came out within that couple of years. Damn it.
Yeah, man. I can't remember. Yeah. My Blue Heaven.
Yes. That's it.
And that song he does about atheism too. That's fucking hilarious. I had no idea he could play. Was he playing the banjo on that?
The banjo. He's an amazing banjo
and singer.
Banjo. Yeah, he's good. Yeah. Him and Martin Short recently did a special on Netflix.
Watched it and just
it's great.
As soon as I saw it, I just started to go click, click, click. Broke about 5 fucking mousies and then got
terrific.
A new one. That. As soon as I saw those, it's just
those two old guys still got it. Let me just say they still got it. And Martin Short's fucking phenomenal on that fucking show too. So it's great. But anyway,
they were so relaxed in the first 15 minutes. They were sort of goofing off and making a joke about the fact that they were old and goofing off, and that just I don't know. There's not too many people that can pull off that sort of shit, and those two together are just magic.
Yep, they are.
Yeah, there's some chemistry with those guys, eh?
Oh yeah, they were in Three Amigos together, and with Chevy Chase.
Now,
Chevy Chase is a cockhead, but still he's good though.
Now there was 2 other gentlemen that used to have a bit of chemistry. Sammy Davis Jr. and a certain other somebody in certain movies. Yes. Now, honorable mention. everything, the Cannonball Run, anything that had cars in it and shit, like those movies, that era from America, that I really love all of those types of films too.
Oh, because
Rally.
There is honestly, comedic movies these days do not hold up to what they used to be.
No,
they don't. They don't hold up. I mean, they just don't.
I would say older comedy is one that I thought was really underrated, especially if you've ever worked in like a not like a fancy restaurant, but just like a TGI Fridays or anything like that. Waiting. If you like dirty humor and you've ever waited a table, do yourself a favor and watch that movie. You'll be in stitches, I promise.
Yeah.
I love it. Even if you haven't waited tables, you'll probably still enjoy it as long as you're okay with like filthy humor. I love that movie.
Well, that's my the jerk. Well, ends up my top 5. You guys got one more piece for your top 5, and then we'll go to the worst. So we'll go with Raisin.
Of the ones I have left, I have to say the one I would feel not okay not mentioning because it's my list is Reservoir Dogs. I fucking love that movie.
Yeah. Good pick. Good pick.
The opening scene, the tip stuff, like all of it, Mr. Payne, like everything about that. The ear cutting scene even does it for me. I love the music that they put to it. Like it's just, I love that. I love it. I was torn between that and The Usual Suspects, but Reservoir Dogs is definitely my top. Like,
yeah, that's a very good choice. The scene where he's killing the cop. And he's dancing to the music.
The K-Billy super sound of the 70s. Like, I just love that.
It's brutal. It's good. It's really good. You like the infrared?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it's one of those movies where you just don't know what you're strapping in for. And I wasn't really aware of the gentleman that made it at the time and his style of movie making. So it was basically the first time I wasn't strapped in for that ride. So I was just like, I'm sitting and shit starts going down. I'm like, what the? And it just gets more and more brutal and twisted. And I'm just like, by the end of it, I'm like just going, how did this dude even think of this script? Like, this is some dude got his ear cut. What the fucking fuck is going? What happened to just robbing a bank and fucking, walking and go, this is a fucking armed robbery, give me the fucking money, and then driving off in a really fast car? And, I don't know, the good old days.
And the nose blowing sound effects come from Quentin Tarantino.
I don't know.
That was great. Yeah,
a frightening fucking movie. It's just like,
I'm a sick bastard. I love it. It is definitely that. I think I could end up with movies that were my favorite. Like they're personal because I tried to go with things that aren't clearly the best movies of all time. Like there are better stories. There are better like.
Well, that's what I wanted. Movies.
Yeah, but those are my home.
There you go. There's nothing wrong with that. What have I got all over me? Okay, Red, your last top movie.
Right. Well, I was torn here, so I'll tell you the one I didn't go with. This number 6 ended up being Mad Max 2.
Okay.
The scene with fucking just leave the fuel and walk away. It's just like the whole humongous scene and shit. The fucking steel boomerang where the dude tries to catch it and you just see his fingers get fucking lopped off and he's like, ah! It's like there's so many fucking memorable scenes in that, but I actually went with New Jack City, and it's another one of those movies that just tells a frightening fucking story. New Jack City, it's just like, and there's that one scene where they're basically having it out and he says, am I my brother's keeper? And that's always really just resonated with me, that one scene. And it's just like there's really funny scenes. It's like the dude that's just turns into a desperate crackhead. He's just going, come on, man, I'll suck your dick. It's just like, that's what crack does to you kids. Don't get on crack. It's like, and it's just a really good illustration of how a drug can basically sweep across a nation and fundamentally change a culture.
Yeah, in
a really rapid time, and it's just a good fucking little snapshot. Again, this is a really fictional verse, like, but drug gangs were taking over entire apartment blocks in poorer neighborhoods and just turning them into fucking crack dens and production facilities. And because the neighborhoods were so rough, the police didn't have the capability of going in there and policing. Yeah. It was a frightening time in American history where that shit was going down for a small, you know.
Yeah, I've seen the movie.
And I thoroughly enjoyed the whole thing, like the portrayal of the gangsters, how they were larger than life, flexing and fucking showing off all the shit, you know. That just a really dramatized, hyped up fucking portrayal of all that. And I really enjoyed that movie, and the ride it took me on. It was a good story, and it told the rise and the fall.
Yeah, and like I said, it's about movies that you like. There's be like movies that other people love and are top notch. Yeah.
None of the movies that I like in my top 5 are going to get any fucking Academy Award, except maybe Dredd. Dredd should have earned some, at least for special effects and
Dredd was good.
And costumes and shit, because
that was your best pick of your list was Dredd.
Number 2. Dredd.
I'm sorry, but your last one, I can't believe it made anybody's list. You just said it. I'm sorry, brother. Come on now.
I know. It's just one of those movies that I really enjoy because it showed off a different like.
Yeah.
I live in Australia. You live in America, so it's not so. To me, it was looking into a foreign land and seeing all this like the hardcore gangster shit, living life, fucking like it's. And the ugly side of it too. That's what I did like. It showed the ugly side of it, not just the glamorous fucking side. It's like the whole scene is, oh man, I fucked your dick. It's like, holy fucking shit. What the fuck?
Yeah.
And that dude ended up, he was actually running one of the labs and he started sampling the product and he ended up being getting piffed out. He was a crackhead trying to trade roast turkey for fucking crack. That's right.
Well, all right, there you go. That's true. Yeah. Wesley Snipes was pretty good in that movie too, as a bad guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's jump into the worst ones. Now, I'm just gonna go ahead and start it off, and I'm just gonna go get this one out of the way. And it's Star Wars: Last Jedi. I recently watched it, and it is a pile of monkey shit.
Is that the movie with Luke Skywalker sucking on some alien titty to get some blue titty milk?
Yes.
Wow.
It is. The movie's fucking horrible. And I can't see why anybody defended this movie. I can't. I honestly do not get why anybody would say, it's not that bad. Did you watch it? I mean, seriously, did you fucking watch it? If you think it's not that bad, you obviously wasn't paying attention. Because the shit didn't make sense. It just, I mean, the shit that, like Princess Leia, how the fuck did she become an angel? She wasn't a fucking Jedi floating through the goddamn space. What the fuck was that? It made no sense. It didn't make no goddamn sense. And fucking Luke sucking on a goddamn titty. He didn't really suck on the titty. He milked the goddamn titty.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, but he didn't even. Okay, look. He goes over and milks it. Didn't say nothing. Drakes it. Didn't say nothing. Just walks off. Why? Well, I mean, give us a reason why you fucking drinking that weird animal tit. I mean, for fuck's sake.
You got to drink the blue juice while you're down in the hood.
It don't mean the guy and the way they got rid of Luke. Yeah, what the fuck? He just evaporates. Luke just evaporates.
Oh, I've got the sound effect for it. Wait for it.
Why the fuck did he evaporate? It don't make no sense.
I fooled you.
Wanted to close out that chapter, man. They really wanted to do
it. Hold on. I am projecting myself across the universe, but I must go now.
Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking, dude, look. It don't make no sense.
Oh, no. Well, hold on. I'm about to do something horrible. I have not seen this movie, but the only thing I will defend is Leia is Luke's sister, and
she's not a fucking Jedi.
No, but the Force is very strong within him.
And in the new movies, you don't have to train anymore. You just fucking are awesome automatically if you're a female.
Well, you just have to assume that she's done some training, but not with Luke, obviously, because Luke's been off on that planet doing God knows what, that thing that produces the blue titty milk. We don't want to know what Luke's been doing.
You said she took some. Okay, you understand? You took some training. It'd take a lot of training to float across goddamn space.
That's just a Jedi.
It don't make no sense.
I know, but here's the thing about it: that Luke Skywalker was he was like the dude. It's like, what the fuck? I want to see big pew 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 and shit. Why has Darth Maul had the best lightsaber battle? Why didn't Luke and fucking the killer of Han Solo have like a 2-hour fucking lightsaber battle?
Well, they did have a long battle.
Yeah, but
guess what? It was a hologram. It was a fucking Imagine brain.
Yeah, so they not really. There was, but look, the whole thing was just like, oh, come on.
It's one of the worst fucking things ever put out, because here's why I consider it one of the worst things put out, because it's fucking Star Wars, right? It's supposed to be epic, and then you throw that bullshit together. First off, okay, it doesn't, the way they put it together, it's not done well. It's not directed well. It's not written well. It's not acted well. Nothing is done well in this film.
Like
nothing.
Every movie that they make anymore, it's all sold on a name.
It's all for money. It's all for money. And this movie was fucking horrible. Like I said, I got a fresh rant about it just now, because I just watched it not too long ago for the first time. It was why, and like I said, you're going to end Luke by evaporating him. He's sitting on a goddamn mountain. What the fuck is that?
You've got the sound effect wrong. Remember, it goes.
Nothing goes together. It's just you. I mean, goddamn.
It's just about speechless. Like your brain can't fucking make height nor hair of this fucking movie. I've heard so many bad reviews about this thing now. It's like, I'm so not going to see it. You know what? I think what the movie needed is, like, after Luke evaporated and went and appeared next to Obi-Wan and Yoda, it's like Obi-Wan should have turned around and gone, "Really, Luke? Blue titty milk?" and fucking Yoda should have gone, "Course you are. Fuck off from me, you will." Or something like that. It's like, blue titty milk. It's like he's a fucking Jedi. Why is he hanging out on a planet by himself? He should be dominating shit in his X-Wing. What the fuck?
The movie should have not been made that way. They should have done better. I mean, look, honestly, I don't usually get mad. I know it's their story, right? I'm the one that always says, well, it's their story. But guess what? Your story fucking sucked. It sucked. It was horrible.
Did you read any of the books? Like, back in the day, they used to actually write books, and there was this cool book that came after because they released it fucking asked about face. So it was the book after Return of the Jedi, and it actually had Luke on a moon that was a lot like Endor training Jedis, and the next generation of Jedis, one of those kids was going through his little fucking thing of being drawn towards the dark side, and it told his story, and it was way cooler than what's fucking happening now. It's just like, why isn't Luke training the next? I don't know, but they got all of those books and everything that was canon and lit it on fire and threw it in a fucking bin, and it's just like,
it's just everything they. It's just like, really. I mean, there isn't a story. First of all, it's a story that's not a story.
Yeah,
it's like
a segment. They take away everything good about Star Wars.
Yeah, they really just threw it together.
Yeah, and there's way more interesting characters in that whole universe. And there's Galen's giving me a bit of a point of it. There's the Jedi and there's the Sith. So you got the light and the dark, but then there's the grey in the middle, and they're the guys that just sort of don't really treat it as this fucking religious quasi-religion. They say the Force is what it is, and they're the guys that actually probably have the most interesting stories to tell, but you don't hear much. I don't see any of them in the films, and it's like they're the guys that don't really give a shit one way or the other. They're the guys that probably would be the heroes or the villains, depending on the day.
You know what really pisses me off, though, is it's kind of like what's been said in the chat room. They need to move away from the Skywalker. They're trying to move away from the Skywalker era. The Skywalker is what made the fucking thing good. That's why it's a good movie. Why move away from Luke Skywalker? He is Star Wars, motherfuckers.
Yep.
God damn it.
And Solo wasn't fucking crash shot from what I've heard. Everyone's sort of gone.
I will shit on everybody who likes that movie.
You should time Bowling out because it looks like he's trying to defend that movie to me.
Bowling can suck a rotten, great fucking goddamn fungus cock.
He's gonna suck his grape of breath.
It's a shame they didn't show any of that on the actual fucking movie, and they just had Luke living on a rocky fucking outcrop on some shitty island, sucking on an alien titty to get some blue milk. Like, wow, that's pretty epic. I've waited 20-something years to see that story fucking get told. It's like he's my childhood hero, living like a fucking hermit, sucking on an alien titty. It's like, oh shit.
Okay, yeah. Well, I gotta give you guys a chance to give your worst movies. I've ranted about that one enough, but fuck that goddamn movie. All right, Raisin.
All right.
I guess my first bad movie, the one that sticks with me. I don't know why. I saw it as a kid and I fucking hated it, and I still do. Motorama. I know most people probably have never even heard of it, but it's just this garbage movie about a kid who goes through some journey to collect. And they had the little raffle things, like, or the little prize things that you get on wrappers and on cups, like before you have to scan everything with your phone for prizes. And they had you just like spell things. So we did spell Motorama, and it's this whole story about what he goes through to collect all the letters to spell Motorama. And I don't know. I guess I was just so cheesed. Like, I was watching that movie and I thought it sucked even as a kid. And then I'm like, well, hold on, like, 'cause I had a thing about making sure to see it to the end because maybe it gets better. And I remember being so angry about that was the first movie that ever made me have the reaction of, I'll never get that time back. Like, and I was really depressed. And so I hate it.
It's hard for me to remember that movie.
It's garbage.
I know I've seen it though. I know I've seen it.
It's so shittily acted and just sucked. They could have done that in a half an hour and it still would have sucked, but less.
Have you seen it, Red? Motorama?
No, fortunately.
Don't.
All right. Well, that sounds pretty shitty. Red Eye, you're first worst.
I'm just gonna go for a pretty fucking obvious one here, and I won't cheat. I'll name the entire series. Anything with the fucking name Cuntnado, I mean Sharknado. that fucking movie, as soon as I saw it, it's like, now, hey, remember this douchebag actor from this douchebag fucking series from about this douchebag fucking neighborhood that you just couldn't afford to live in your wildest dreams? It's fucking fuck you, Beverly Hills 90210. And you're given possibly the worst actor in the fucking show a really crappy script, $500 so he can buy himself a Big Mac meal, and they fucking somehow filmed this entire shitty movie where at the end it has he gets eaten by a shark, but then he cuts his fucking way out of the shark with a chainsaw, and I'm like, this is like, everyone puts shit on fucking Battlefield Earth. Mm-hmm. It's like, at least that was corny and cheesy and entertaining. This is just a movie length clusterfuck. Who actually put the money up for this piece of shit? And why aren't they in jail for doing that? And then part 2 fucking came out, and I think there's even a part 3 or maybe even a part 4. And I really ceased to give a fuck about a minute after part 1 was announced. It's like, oh my god. Sharknado.
They do so. They do so. But they know they're bad.
Yeah, I know, but there's the Killer Tomatoes and the Cars That Ate Paris bad, and then there's the new level, which is Sharknado.
It really is. Don't forget Night of the Lupus. Giant rabbits.
It's just like the whole thing, like people that the NC where the girl gets eaten and then he gets eaten and then he dives in after the girl, and then he just miraculously cuts his way out of the fucking shark, but she's all right. They're both fine. They're just covered in some blood because, you know,
Damn,
you can breathe just fine inside a shark.
The premise, just the story alone, I'm like, as soon as I heard about that, I'm like, I will never see one of these movies. Like, that's garbage.
I don't know what's going on this morning. My crowd is so low this morning.
I just have the pop out chat, so I can't see what's.
13 people watching, 12 people. I don't know what's going on this morning. What the fuck? We usually got 30 or 40 people.
It was a hard ass Monday for everybody, apparently.
So, somebody else may be live.
Mm.
I don't know. Yeah, well, anyways, quantity over quality, as I say. Anyway, that's what people. So that's a bad movie. Yep. Here's my next one. Let me see. Let me pull my list back up. I got two by this director, by M. Night Shyamalan. I got two. The first one is The Happening.
I skipped that one.
The movie makes no sense. I mean, seriously, I couldn't tell you what it was trying to go for. It makes no goddamn sense. It's just stupid. Mark Wahlberg sucked in the movie. And it's just horrible. It's a piece of fucking crap. It's slow. It's just boring. There's not really nothing happening. And it's just like, why am I watching this? You know, where's the gun? Put it in my mouth, pull the fucking trigger, and die. Because, I mean, seriously, it's a suicidal type film that makes you want to fucking hang your goddamn self. You know, makes you want to fucking go blue because the shit sucks. That's all I got to say about that one.
All right, then.
Yeah, so you've not seen it?
Nope.
And we'll get don't.
I gave up on Shyamalan at a certain point. I mean, he's a local for me, but there's only so far I'm willing to go.
M. Night Shyamalan got lucky one time, and then he made a bunch of shit afterwards. That's what happened. So yeah, your next one, Raisin.
My next one. The next one I went with was the only movie I've ever walked out of the theater on, so it gets special mention. Very Bad Things was a very bad movie. Just one of those, like, that poor sad sap, like, everything keeps happening to these people, and they're at, like, a bachelor party or whatever, and then it's the one where, like, they they accidentally kill the hooker, but instead of, like, doing anything normal, they do everything that doesn't make any fucking sense, in my opinion. And I got about maybe 45 minutes into that movie, patted my buddy on the back, and I'm like, I'll be back to pick you up later if you don't want to leave. I can't do this.
What's that out again?
Very Bad Things.
I'm not sure if I've ever seen that.
Don't. It's crap. I'm not a fan of that kind of movie anyway, the poor sad sap shit.
Yeah.
But that one was particularly, and friends convinced me that I would be, that it's a comedy and you're gonna have fun. You just naysay on comedies and blah 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 blah. And I went, and I'm like, nope, this crap. I'm leaving.
Oh yeah.
I was late picking them up because I was frustrated. I pulled up at my buddy's house to knock and see if he was there and locked my keys in the car while I was running. So I extra don't like that movie.
I've never seen it. Have you seen it, Red?
Nope.
Nope. Red hadn't watched shit.
Nope, don't watch shit.
So, okay, what's your next one, Red?
Well, I'm gonna sort of do a weird one here because it was Steven Seagal, Under Siege. When I watched that, I just watched that movie, and for the whole movie, I'm just like, yeah, some of the fight scenes are cool, but the whole storyline is just like, one man stops an entire strike force from taking over the fucking USS Missouri. Yeah, sure, mate. Whatever the fuck. Righto. Sure, cunt. Yeah, right. Get fucked. It was just basically a big fucking movie-length wank fest for Steven Seagal to do some nice choreographed fights. And it's just a shame because there was other people involved on the project, sound and other people that actually apparently got some awards or nominations for some big awards. So 2 Oscar nominations. So yeah, but I don't know. Steven Seagal
He
never really
sucks.
liked any of his shit, and one of his he's just everything he's touched in the last couple of years is utter shit. And apparently, his latest movie is just incredibly bad. Even the fight scenes are really fucking horrible, and
Yeah.
the script was like someone wrote it on toilet paper, and I think they used a turd to write the script. It is shit.
Yeah, it's absolutely horrible. Steven Seagal is a lousy fucking actor. He really was. He's just lousy. So yeah, I can see that putting on a list. My next one is the second M. Night Shyamalan film. It is Signs.
That makes Bucks County look so podunk. Yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay. Fucking Signs, dude. Let me tell you something about Signs. These goddamn aliens only one thing can kill them, but they come to Earth, right? Earth's full of water. Water's the one thing that can fucking kill them.
Whoops.
What? It just don't make no sense. You know, the fucker, the goddamn little kid gets on my nerves. I love the actors, by the way. Joaquin Phoenix and Mel Gibson, I love them both. But they were in a fucking shitty movie. It's M. Night Shyamalan trying to be M. Night Shyamalan. The movie sucks ass. Swing, hits him with a bat, and it's not good. It's just not good at all. Yeah, he's a creepy uncle, but the movie you just fucking see. Have you seen it, Red?
No.
Okay, well, it sucks, but trust me, it's not good. Look, like I said about M. Night Shyamalan, I said he was a one-hit wonder. Actually, M. Night did have another movie I liked. It was called M. Night did two good movies, in my opinion, Sixth Sense and Unbreakable. Those two movies are decent, good movies. But the rest of them, I mean, I could give you a whole list of M. Night Shyamalan movies to be the worst movies. Fucking Village, goddamn. But Signs is fucking stupid. It just
Signs pisses me off because it takes. See, you didn't get to see exactly where I'm from, right? But like, it's supposed to be set in Bucks County.
Really?
We're like Philadelphia's overflow right here. We're right up against Philly, and it portrays us like some podunk town where everybody knows the sheriff's name. That ain't true. They shot that on one abandoned ass street that looks old in Doylestown and acted like that's what Bucks County's like. It's not. It's lies.
No.
But apparently, right after that movie, there was a boom in actors and actresses moving here to have like quiet vacation homes, sort of things.
Yeah.
I wonder if it was based on his lies. That movie.
But just the whole premise of the movie is stupid. Aliens come here, right? Water kills them.
That's the funniest way I've ever heard that shit put.
Earth is like what? How much? More like what? 70% of water or whatever. Are these retarded? Is these Down syndrome fucking aliens? There, look over there. I don't know what the fuck, dude. It's a world full of water. We got water and fucking where, and you gonna go to where? It don't make no sense. It just, why do that? He could have written that better.
He must have been high.
That motherfucker must have been stupid. That's what he must have been. Just somebody's laughing at my Down syndrome alien joke. It's just, yeah, it's just, it don't make sense. So, Brad, I said he'd be right back. So, Raisin, your next worst movie.
All right. To be fair, a lot of these that I put on here because they're movies that I don't like and a lot of other people do. So sorry, Bolin. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas made my list. I'm sorry. At the time when I saw that, I was maybe a little bit too deep into a party scene, and that bathtub shit hit a little too close to home because I used to have to clean people up constantly. So to be fair, and what should have been a good movie, for me, felt like a painful reminder of what I had to deal with almost every fucking day. So.
Okay, I'm gonna have to disagree.
I know. Everybody
one.
loves that movie.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one.
Fear
and Loathing in Las Vegas is a bad movie, man. What the fuck, dude? It's such a good movie.
I hate it. It is in that it captures that sort of lifestyle so well. It made me angry.
Wow.
Sorry, Mullen. Sorry, Pim.
I'm shocked on that one. I am. I'm just like, I don't know what to say. I'm gonna give some of Galen's list here when we're all done, and we'll talk about that.
All right.
Yeah. Red Eye's gone, so is Red Eye back? No, he's not back. So I'll give another one. Dumb and Dumberer, not Dumb and Dumber, but the sequel, Dumb and Dumberer. It's a pile of crap. I don't like the first one that much, but it wasn't that. It was okay. The sequel was it was not good. It was something. Yeah, I was expecting this big sequel after 20 years, and it just didn't hit the mark. It was a bunch of crap. It didn't live up to the first one, even though like I said, I wasn't the biggest fan of the first one, but I mean, it was okay. The sequel was just crap, dude. It was just, no. I mean, it's just no, and it just, no. It just didn't. I didn't
get to the second one. The first one, that's another unpopular opinion for me. I am not a fan of any type of comedy like that. Like this, like slapstick.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was okay. Like I said, the first one was okay. It was all right. Not a huge fan of it, but the second one, my God. And I noticed something. When I'm ranting with this light blue shirt, you can see my redness in my face better. I noticed that earlier. Yeah. But anyways, it was crap. Is Red Eye back?
Red Eye.
We're going to finish our list before Red Eye. All right, go ahead and give your next one.
Not a fan of a great many of Jim Carrey's movies for the reason I just explained, not like slapstick, but the one that annoyed me the most was Ace Ventura.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people like that too.
Gage will kill you for that one. Gage, that's the sequel is Gage. The sequel's Gage's favorite movie.
Oh, for fuck's sake, really?
Yeah, that's like I go.
Piece of crap.
Hey, don't tell Red Eye before he gets back. I can't believe he beat New Jack City to be on the best movie list. The damn mind.
He wanted to be unique to him.
That boy lost his goddamn mind. New Jack City, one of his favorite movies. The boy crazy. Yeah, so Ace Ventura. Yeah, Ace Ventura is crap. I agree. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Is Red Eye back? No. He's taking a massive shit. Okay, well, I'll just get my last one then. It's Showgirls.
Oh, what a garbage movie.
Yeah. You take Jessie from Saved by the Bell and you make that bitch a stupid hoe, a stripper, and it's just the movie. It's so bad. It's like it was like a fucking Cinemax, it was a movie should be made for Cinemax that made it to Hollywood for some reason. Yeah, I mean, basically, it was a late night Cinemax movie that made it to fucking big film, the big screen. I don't know why it made it to the big screen. It just shouldn't have been up on there. It's not good. It's horrible. I remember everybody was like, and here's the thing: it was one of those movies. It was one of those movies that was so fucking bad. people had to go see it, right? And it was actually it was a blockbuster because of that. It made a lot of money.
That's true. Well, you know, dudes like icy nipples. I don't know what to say. That movie was garbage.
Yeah, it's crap. It's total crap. So is Red Eye back?
Yes,
Exactly.
just returned.
Yeah. Okay. Oh well, you got. Go ahead and give me one of your worst movies.
All right. I'm gonna cite another classic action hero from America, Chuck Norris. Missing in action. Take your pick, 1, 2, or 3. Just pick one. I don't give a shit which, because they are all fucking crap. Yes, Chuck Norris can do good kung fu / martial arts or whatever the fuck he did, but he has the acting ability of a turnip in boiling water. Actually, a turnip being boiled has far more acting prowess than fucking Chuck Norris ever has. Yeah, you basically... Chuck Norris sucks as an actor. Great martial artist, shittiest actor on the planet. Everything he did was just fucking ordinary.
Yeah, this movie sucked.
Yeah, but the whole missing in action thing was just a big cash in on patriotism, in my opinion. And sort of, you know, I don't know at the time if there were Vietnam veterans still being held in prisoner of war camps in Vietnam. But that was one of the conspiracies, and it went on for fucking a long time, and that movie probably didn't help put it to rest, that series. It's just like, Jesus Christ. I'm pretty sure the Vietnamese had better things to do than just take care of prisoners years and decades after the war had finished. That's just what I think, though. You know.
Yeah, it's a horrible movie. It was there. There was never a Chuck Norris film that I've ever liked.
Nah. The Octagon was, it was all right, because that was more just like, it's all about ass kicking, but the whole premise of missing in action, we're going back to this other country that we think's totally full of shit and hiding American prisoners because somehow that benefits them. You know, it's like, well, what? No.
Yeah, but wasn't all those movies like made by Canon? And
I can't remember.
Canon put out nothing but pure shit anyway. So yeah, I mean they may not have put those movies out, but Canon was well-known movie company that put out nothing but shit movies. So yeah, it was, yeah. Anyways, your last one, Resin.
Oh, do I go for the one that's gonna piss people off or the one that's just garbage?
Piss people off? I like pissing people off.
All right, then. Pay it forward.
Oh, I'm going to be pissing me off. No.
And I own it, too, but it still pisses me off. I mean, so to be fair, like, it's a love-hate relationship.
Yeah.
The end, man, I don't know why I'm not, like, a forced happy ending kind of person either, but something about, like, I'm like, okay, so you're supposed to be teaching me this lesson, which I'm all about, the message you're speaking in this movie.
Yeah.
But if you're telling me that my reward for that is that the kid dies in the end, fuck you. Fuck you. Like, that made me so angry.
It's not supposed to be a happy ending movie, though.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't think it killed anybody else.
It's a good movie.
Fuck that ending. Fuck that ending. And I'm going to throw it in anyway. My other one was going to be Batman and Robin because that shit pissed me off. I like Batman, but I did not like that movie.
Yeah, Batman and Robin was horrible. Yeah, I agree. It was horrible. Wow. She picked 2 movies. Yeah. I still can't believe you picked Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas to be on your bad list. That just bothers me. That kind of bothers me.
I had it in mind, like I knew that I'm like, I'm just gonna go with the ones that I know like people don't agree with me on because fuck it.
Yeah. Okay. Fuck it. If you don't like it, you don't like it. And that's what it was all about. So Red, give me one more.
I'm torn between, and this is because of the directors, mate. I'm going to go with Cloverfield, mainly because of the camera work in there. It's just like, dear person that made that fucking movie, I think was if I mix the two up, please forgive me. Was it Abrams did Cloverfield and fucking Lens Flare Boy did Transformers?
Yeah.
Michael Bay. Yeah, that I just call Bay Lens Flare Boy because everything's just like shining and flare. It's like, oh fuck, I've got retina burn because of this fucking cunt and his fucking lens flare. Fuck you. Fuck you. I'm not watching Transformers 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 because by the time I finish watching part 2, I'll be blind, you prick, from your fucking lens flare. But Cloverfield's jerky fucking camera shit, it's just like, you want motion sickness? Watch that fucking movie. And it's just like, right at the end, it's just like, is a pretty shitty monster. It's just like, fuck you. That's the payoff for that movie. That shitty fucking monster. It's like, go to Japan and watch monster films and fucking learn how to make a decent monster that's kind of frightening instead of this golem-looking piece of shit featureless fucking thing that's not that frightening. It's just really big. It's like, fuck off. So it's that big, but we didn't see it for the whole movie. It's like, oh, get fucked. I just hated, and apparently there's 3 of those fucking movies now, and I'm not going to watch the other 2 because I might kill myself just from being so gusted that I sat through 2 more of those piles of shit. And what I did with Cloverfield's after 10 minutes, I'm going, this is ridiculous. I just want to see what the monster looks like. So I started flicking through the movie, and I'm like halfway through, and I'm getting pretty pissed. Like, no monster yet? Fuck you. And then right at the end, monster chopper crash. Oh, get fucked, you fucking pricks. It's just like, this movie sucks so much. Go to Japan, learn about monster flicks, see monster early, make it part of movie, then it's an actual monster movie, not a wonder what the monster looks like movie. It's like, fuck you. I fucking hate that shit. So yeah, fuck you, Cloverfield. Fuck you.
Well, we got.
I think the best part of that movie was that you were able to see the thing land. But other than that, that was
the best part of the movie. The best part of that movie was the end credits. It was just like, oh, I can stop watching now.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it either. Oh, we'll get. Oh, never mind. I'm about. People annoy me sometimes in the chat room. Anyways, we got like 13 minutes left. I want to go through the top 5 and top worst. I can't go through every one he sent me. He sent me 1,000 movies. I'll tell you what I will do though for Galen. I'll copy it and put it on the Discord after a while. His whole list. That way you can all go through it and everything. But I'm going to go through his top best list and then his bottom of the bottom worst films ever. 5 each. You know, I should have. Next time, come on a fuck show, Galen. Anyways, his top best is wait a minute. What the hell? Oh, I'm reading this wrong. Oh, the Chokalki trilogy. Okay, David Lean trilogy of Lawrence of Arabia, Dr. Zhivago, and Ryan's Daughter. Good movies.
Fucking classics.
Awesome movies. They're very good. Very good. Very good. Yeah, I really like Dr. Zhivago. That's really good. Yeah. His next one is Martin Scorsese's Silence. I have seen it, but it's blank in my head. When I seen that movie, seen that in his list, I was like, you know, I know I've seen it though. I know I've seen it. Have you seen it, guys? Silence, Martin Scorsese. I know I've seen it. It just I'm blank on it. I just completely fucking blank. I don't know why. I'm blank on this, but it's yeah. And Martin Scorsese is a fucking amazing director. I got it on the phone. I can't do your commentary, buddy. I'm sorry. I will put the commentary. I'll put your commentary though in the Discord. I'll do that. You know, I can only give my opinion on right now. It's very good. Okay, now I always get his name wrong, but it's Akira Kurosawa. I always fuck his name up. Ran. I've never seen it. I don't think. I've seen 2 Kurosawa movies, and I can't remember the names of them. Somebody sent me a list one time of the movies, and I watched 2 of them, and I can't remember the names of them. But it's very good. Well, I only got 10 minutes, buddy. I only got 10 minutes. And because I have to go somewhere after the show, and plus I got to finish rearranging my dad's room. I promise you, I'll bring you on tonight. Well, I'll do a stream tonight, and I'll bring you on, and you can discuss it all together. How about that? Yeah, okay. Masaka Kabashi. I know I'm saying these names wrong. Human Condition trilogy. I've never seen that.
Me either.
The Human Condition trilogy. Masaka. I can't say this name. The next one is, oh god, you got all these fucking names I can't pronounce. Emir Kustris. I can't say that name. Emir Kustris Black Cat. Oh, Black Cat, White Cat. I've heard of this movie. I've never seen it. Galen's really in a lot of movies, like foreign movies. I don't know if it's a foreign film. I don't know. I'm just saying he's in a lot of films that I haven't seen. Good
Usually
choices.
the ones he's recommended that I have watched. I really enjoyed. So I'm excited to go over the list and take a look at them for sure.
Yeah, he's the one who recommended Kasara. I can't say his fucking name. Film sent me.
Yeah, sent me all of those films.
Yeah, he's the one who recommended those movies to me, and I watched 2 of them, and I can't remember the names though. So yeah. Anyways, his bottom of the bottom is The Last Jedi. I agree with him 100%. Schindler's List. Wow. I can see it though. I can see it because it wasn't told. I honestly kind of agree. I don't think it's a bad movie. I just think it's not told well. A lot of people love it though. I just don't get it. Jurassic World, haven't seen it, but I heard it was crap. Suicide Squad, I see, and this one will piss you off. I disagree with everybody. I don't think it's that bad.
I enjoyed that. I did. I mean, it wasn't a great film, but it was mindless fun. I liked it.
I don't think Suicide Squad's that bad, but that's his opinion. He doesn't like it. That's fair.
Yeah, fair enough. I put some shit movies on my good list tonight.
Adam Sandler's Jack and Jill. I haven't seen that. I know about it. I haven't seen it. And you get additional best silent films. We'll go through this one too. Metropolis, most influential sci-fi film ever made.
Yep. That was in it for its time. That was frightening. Fucking look into the future. People just went, "What the goddamn fuck?"
Yeah.
Really ahead of its time, Metropolis. Like fucking eons ahead of its time, in my opinion.
His number 2 is The Man Who Laughs, one of the greatest art films I have seen. That's good. That's very good. 3, The Passion of Joan of Arc, haunting suspense without words and tense. Yeah. Agree. 4th, okay, I don't know this one. Sergei Einstein's Battleship, Potmkin. I can't read that word. Potmkin. One of the best pure visual films ever made. I don't know this at all. Okay, and then 5th was Unchin Adulu. Damn these names, buddy. 1929 masterpiece, surrealist cinema. Okay, the best animated. Let's go through his animated too. We got a little time. Best animated, The Idea. I don't know that one. Fantasia, of course. Yeah, I agree. Fantasia is amazing. Spirited Away. Don't know that one. Do you know that? Okay, you do know it. I haven't know that. A South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. Okay, yeah. Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm not a huge fan, but it's okay. Shit, my phone refreshed. Wait a minute. Oh, fuck, I lost my phone. It's Such a Beautiful Day. I haven't seen that.
I haven't heard of that one.
Waking Life. Haven't heard of that one. Snow White. Okay, yeah, I can see that. It was good. And Grave of the Fireflies.
Why have I heard of that before?
I haven't heard of it.
Is that anime? I have to look that up.
Let me see.
I
don't have the. Sorry about I don't know if I can do this. I'm trying to pull up the docs. It wouldn't let me do it a minute ago. Okay, and I'm sorry about that. That's the reason I wasn't reading your commentary, because the docs won't pull up on my phone. Okay, I got something here. Okay. The world, okay, David Lane trilogy of the World War One era films, a magnificent look into a time period and tragedy of the human condition through war. Best, most beautiful cinematic visual films ever made. Heartbreaking tragedies that are also truly horrific too. Some of the best cinematography ever. Okay, Lawrence Arabia, 1968. Yeah, and then he's talking about the Martin Scorsese silence. Why the best Martin Scorsese? A testament of the human will to not be silenced by totalitarian. You know the word. Totalitarian was fuck you.
Totalitarianism.
Yes, I couldn't get it out of my mouth for some reason. I knew it, just can't get it out of my mouth. Okay, Eric Kurosawa's Ran. Kurosawa's greatest epic and stands with Lean's film, most colorful film, deep, and the ultimate tragic film. Okay? The Masaki Kabasha Human Condition trilogy, films that show the brutality of war, literature as film, brilliant. The I can't read for some fucking reason today. Of human will, power against the worst aspects of humanity, the truest response ever made, the truest response. Sorry. My eyes are fucking horrible, guys. I'm sorry. The truest response ever made to the world. No Greater Love, Road to Eternity, and The Soldier's Prayer. Black Cat, White Cat is Yugoslavian comedic film. Okay, that's a comedic film. Okay, I thought I've heard of it, but I don't guess I have. A film that is full of energy and manic energy. You will not want to dance in the streets afterward. It will make any day far superior. Okay, well I'm gonna have to watch that shit, dude. I like those.
Yeah, I've got one thing I wanted to mention too, and it's a Japanese animated film from 1980. Oh yeah, 1988. I think it was made, and it's Akira, and it's basically responsible. It's like the thing that opened the door for the West to come and get interested into a lot of the Japanese stuff, and it's one of the ones that crossed over probably big time with Westerners, and that's the first one I ever watched was this show called Akira, and it's just a twisted, fucked up look at dystopian sort of Neo Tokyo in the future. Well, it was set in 2019, so it's a fucking epic cartoon. If you want to have a look at anime, that's a really good place to start because it's one of the movies that a lot of people got their start on anime, and it stands up. It's a good story, pretty fucking freaky, but yeah, it's probably should have put it on my list actually. Now that I think about it, but yeah, definitely an honorable mention because it was like the gateway to that brought Westerners over to start looking at this shit, and it got me interested in a lot of the other Japanese stuff that I'm into now. So yeah,
yeah, gateway for a lot of people.
Yeah. Let me go through the quick commentary of his bad movies because it's really quick. The Last Jedi, he just left blank. Schindler's List. Use the Holocaust to make a buck with cheap emotional appeals, and tries ripping off Citizen Kane. True. Awful. A fake film that is pig shit. I will agree with that. It was trying to. It did really try to rip off Citizen Kane, which is a great fucking movie, which I should have put in my list, honestly. Jurassic World, these people need to die. Suicide Squad, no redeeming value. Adam Sandler's Jack and Jill, he just put a bunch of exclamation marks. But there you go. I will put your list on the Discord, though, buddy. I'm sorry I fucked up the words, the names and shit. And my fucking eyeballs are all horrible too.
I think your eyeballs are
Do what? Oh, thank you. But yeah, I caught what you said. Yeah, it's yeah, sorry about that. And I know me reading it doesn't sound as good as it would be from him, but yeah, that's I don't have the words that Galen. I'm not as smart as Galen. But yeah, it's a good list though, very good list. So yeah, anyways, let's take like three or four extra minutes to see if we can pull in any questions. You can ask questions for the next let's say 5 minutes. 5 extra minutes. So I did start 10 minutes late. So we'll give 5 minutes and also see if we can pull in any tips today. And let me tell you right now, the t-shirt thing, dollar entry, you win a personalized t-shirt. It can say stuff like Pimpmunk loves, your name, or whatever you want it to be. It's a dollar entry. You just put it to my PayPal and we'll put your name in the bucket list. You get many entries as you want. If you want your name in the bucket 100 times, give $100. 50 times, 50, 10, whatever. Right now we've got Gage with 3 entries, Tater Dave with 1 entry, and Lichtenstein with 25 entries. So if you want to win a shirt, that's the way to do it. Also ask questions if you got them. What would you do? Anyways, yeah, that and just tip. Got a stream goal of $40. Can we make $40 in 4 minutes? Hope so. $40. Yeah. So, anyways, let's try to make $40 because I need $40. Get me through the day, and tomorrow I'll be okay. Anyways.
Yeah, you guys, you might want to tip, or I will start talking about anime for the next 2 hours.
Oh. I hope you enjoyed the show. We didn't have a bigger crowd as we normally do for some reason. Just one of those days, I guess.
I'm telling you, I think it was a rough Monday for everybody. I was surprised I got the hell up today.
I think it may have been the naked promo pic I did for the Monday show. I won't do that again. Sorry.
Yeah. But I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I really do. And I really do.
Yeah. Well, you found out that I've got some quite strange sort of tastes in movies, like New Jack City. I don't know why that's on my favorite list, but I just fucking remember it, and I really enjoyed that movie. I don't know why. It's just such a fucking ride.
Yeah.
It was different. I don't know.
Yeah, I will say you were the first person I ever hear say that's one of my favorite movies. I will say that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. That's okay though. That's fine.
It's not a bad movie. It's just I'm with you. I didn't expect it to be on a favorite list, but mine are pretty jacked up. So.
Yeah, I know. They missed one of my the people who missed it missed one of my epic rants. Because I did rant pretty good on the Last Jedi. It was shit. Let's see here. If you enjoyed the show, I appreciate it. I'm glad you did. Look, people's coming in now. What the fuck?
I even got berg out about fucking J.J. Abrams and fucking lens flare, boy. That was great fun.
They may be just getting notified now. What's happening?
Yeah.
Notifications have been running about 2 hours late for me lately. It's like I'll watch one stream and then I'll all of a sudden I'll get all of these notifications like everybody else is streaming 3 hours ago. It's like you had one job, YouTube, and you can't even manage to fucking do that. You make me subscribe twice essentially. It's like subscribe, but then click the bell as well. It's like if I subscribe, I want to watch that fucking content creator. Don't need the second double subscription that doesn't fucking work anyway. Well done, YouTube. Well.
So let me check. We got 1 minute. Let me see if that got any tips. I hope probably not.
So, well, tomorrow, next week's show is all of next week's shows are dedicated to anime now.
That's not happening either. So no tips. That's okay though. Wishing we did have some.
It was supposed to be a threat so they'd pay money so it wouldn't happen. God damn it.
Yeah, that's fucking. I couldn't even do that to myself.
Nah, I wouldn't do it to people.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate you. Appreciate you, Raisin and Red Eye, and Luna, who had to leave because of some car stuff, some issues. So yeah,
she's Spider Woman now. She got bit on the butt by a radioactive spider.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, you can donate everything. And remember, if you do want to customize, if you want that customized T-shirt, put it. It's $1 an entry. Put your money in on PayPal, but make sure you put your make sure you say it's for the T-shirt, and also give me your screen name and
Patreon private show coming up too shortly. It's the 1st of the month here. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, but we got to figure out.
Yeah,
it's going to be a private. There's going to be a private show. I just don't know where it's going to be, and it may be a calm private show this time because until we figure out some other things. Yeah. So yeah, but anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Gonna go. See you later. And Red Eye's gay.
No, I'm not.